Someone has needed to take more time than usual to really stabilize themselves, either energetically or emotionally. I'm getting that empathically. You may be picking up on a lot of external or environmental energies at this time. Someone's guides are saying it's almost like you are sort of like an air filter or purifier, but for energy. I've spoken on this metaphor before, but when you are someone who is highly empathic, you aren't just picking up on energies passively, although many people think of being an empath as being someone who is just kind of cursed with picking up on and absorbing energy. But in actuality, as you become one who is more adept at shifting and clearing energy, as I feel you listening to this reading, or whether you are doing that consciously or subconsciously, you aren't just a passive empath. You are actually taking that energy and shifting it through your being. So every space and place you are in essentially becomes energetically higher vibrational as a result of you being there. But that's also why energy clearing and what I sometimes call energetic hygiene is so essential, especially for one who is as empathic as you are, because you are, in a sense, like filtering out this heavy, dense energy through your being, your energy body. So this might be the sign for someone to practice a little more self-care at this time, to do whatever causes you to feel more grounded and more energetically clear. And of course, those practices may look different from person to person. And you probably know already, if you've aligned with this video, how to really ground yourself or clear your own energy in a way that works for you. I just feel almost a sense of being pulled in different directions. Like someone might be at this time not really prioritizing themselves or that energy clearing because they feel like they're being pulled a lot of different places by people or energies in their life. So as I always say, I do channel many different people and situations and connections throughout these readings. So always only take the messages that feel aligned with you personally and leave the rest here. But I do feel that there are going to be many in our beautiful collective that are resonating with this first portion of the reading. So what else can I channel for the collective tuned in here today? Okay, 2 cards came flying out of the energy, not the energy oracle cards, the traditional tarot deck. But I guess since I don't believe in accidents, when I said the energy, right as I was talking about the cards flying out, it might mean the energy is kind of flying. The energy is fast moving when it comes to this situation coming through. So I'm picking up on a masculine here with the Sun card reversed. Someone who is in a very heavy energetic space. This could be a person that you connected with in a way that moved very fast in the beginning, but then seemed to kind of taper off or lose momentum. This also could just be how this masculine is feeling about themselves. Do keep in mind, these messages are speaking to energies, so these energies can play out externally in a particular connection within another person who may be energetically connected to you, but they can also speak to something happening internally. Regardless of whether you personally identify more so with the divine masculine or divine feminine, we all do have a balance of these energies within each of us. And I see you here coming up as the Queen of Pentacles and also with the Judgment card. So wow, I'm picking up a very, very powerful energy from this. So many of you listening will either connect in general more with the divine feminine, or if you tend to connect as the divine masculine, this may mean that your internal divine feminine is more active at this time, which has drawn you into alignment with this reading. But what I'm getting is that there's almost like this disconnect between you and this masculine coming through here. Almost as though you are in this state of very much being focused on building, on growing in your life, whether that's a business, a passion, whether it's in general in your life. It feels like you're in a building phase. This could be building that you are doing energetically, emotionally, through expanding yourself, your vision, channeling energy into some kind of powerful new direction. And it feels like a lot of momentum is picking up for you as well. I also keep getting something about the throat chakra. So this throat chakra energy, the energy of your voice, is very powerful at this time. You could be using your voice to further some of your goals in business, in the workplace. Whether this is communicating more or communicating more confidently or in a different way with the people around you, or whether you literally use your voice as a tool, such as through singing, through channeling that voice into writing, etc. With the Judgment card here, though, I keep getting very strong energy of something coming to light from this card. I feel that a lot of truth is being illuminated in and around people and environments that are connected to you. You are, or soon will be if you're not seeing this yet, having your intuition very clearly confirmed about people or situations that you may have sensed something about in the past. It's like this energy of something coming back around and finally making sense, or finally coming fully into the light here. This is a really powerful energy. I'm also getting that many people who have been connected to you in the past are now going through a spiritual awakening. This is a very strange message, but for a divine feminine specifically listening here, it's almost as though there may be exes, friends from your past, family members, people that you used to connect with who may have been living very unconsciously when you were connected with them in the past. But now they are starting to wake up. And this has been a theme in recent readings as well. Because at the level of energy, there is no time, space, and distance. Whenever we form a relationship with someone, whether that's a traditional romantic relationship or a friendship, an acquaintanceship, that relationship is technically eternal, meaning it's always there beneath the surface. It might lie dormant for a while at the conscious level, but it's always existing in our subconscious. This is also why past life connections are so strong for us in our present life. When we meet someone, it feels like we're picking up where we left off because of that past life bond. This is because that past life connection established this eternal energetic bond between souls that became dormant when the souls transitioned into the non-physical and then into the next lifetime, but then becomes activated when those two souls consciously interact again in this next lifetime. And I'm picking up that for a divine feminine here, I know that was a bit of a roundabout explanation, but I also feel this will help many divine feminines make sense of some of their connections at this time. Specifically because there are people in your past in this lifetime that you've had a dormant connection with for a while, meaning you may not have interacted with them in a long time, and yet that connection has still been there energetically. And because they are beginning to wake up spiritually, you are, in a sense, being connected to them in consciousness. So this means that you might be suddenly thinking about them, you might run into them, you might be dreaming about them, you might just suddenly wonder how they are or get the urge to reach out. This is all because at some unconscious level, these souls from your past who are awakening, that you've had this dormant connection with, who are beginning to wake up, are unconsciously manifesting you back into their life. Now, again, this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. This could be platonic. And I'm laughing because this actually is a piece to the puzzle of why some divine feminines are feeling pulled in so many different directions. Even if your life itself, in some respects, has felt very peaceful, very grounded, if you've been feeling peaceful generally, but then suddenly you feel out of nowhere like you're being pulled or stretched energetically so many different directions, I'm hearing it's because, in a sense, you're being stretched at the quantum level. Like, you have a lot of souls from your past, people who are beginning to wake up, who are tiring you out energetically because they are seeking connection from you or seeking even like wisdom or guidance that can be transferred even at a subconscious level. For this reason, some of you also might be sleeping more or feeling like you just can't get enough rest or enough sleep even when you sleep for a very long time. This is because for some divine feminines, while you're sleeping, you are actually subconsciously connecting to and guiding, in a sense, a lot of other souls in another dimension at the unconscious level. This is why sometimes you will wake up feeling a bit tired. It's almost like someone who's working two jobs, the job of living your own physical 3D life reality, and then the unconscious job of guiding and assisting and empowering so many other souls at this deeper subconscious level. I know we're talking really quantum here, but I also know that many of you enjoy these portions of the reading, and I really wasn't expecting any of this to come through. So I hope that reached whoever needed it at this time. I do want to get back to that specific masculine energy that was coming up, feeling a bit heavy. The strongest message I keep getting from your guides, Divine Feminine, is to be very cautious as to how you allow the 3D version of this masculine to affect your current energy, because everything we've been talking about is about how much powerful and empowering work you are doing at so many levels of your being. Even if you don't consciously recognize that work, your presence here, sharing your very high vibrational frequency on planet Earth at this time, is having a deeply and profoundly uplifting impact to so many other souls and to the collective generally. And I feel that this specific masculine may be someone who is in a very heavy energetic state at this time because they want to be where you are, or that's like they want to reach out to you, or they want to connect, but they themselves are feeling deeply unfulfilled, very much in the midst of an ego death. This could be a specific romantic person from their past or present. This could be someone you're still romantically connected to, but it's extremely important to set very strong self-honoring boundaries, because at this time, when you're honoring yourself and your own vibration, you are actually doing the highest work for the collective as well. It's just a work that many others don't necessarily recognize in the visible realm, but they can feel it and sense it energetically. It's something that can't really be put into words, but it's almost like you are this powerhouse, this generator of very high vibrational energy. And the way you keep generating that energy that has such a profound impact is through that self-care, self-honoring, energetic hygiene, everything we've been talking about. I will say with this masculine, they seem to be very focused on you, very, very decisive and exclusive feeling towards you. I'm also getting someone here might be going through a divorce or a breakup. I'm not sure why I'm getting that so strongly, but with the Hierophant reversed, I feel this though there's a masculine here who is really challenging tradition in their own life, or coming up against some long-standing belief system, tradition, pattern, either within themselves or externally. But this Hierophant reverse card can also represent the breakup or the divorce of a very long-standing traditional relationship or connection. This, of course, doesn't need to be this kind of a breakup. This could be the masculine simply breaking with a lot of their old belief systems. So What else can I channel here about this masculine energy? Whoa, okay. We have victory upright. So there is going to be a massive breakthrough. When I said the word breakthrough, I felt like something was actually going to be breaking into the visible realm. Interesting. Let's get some more details on this. So what emotion is surrounding this masculine at this time? Let's pull an emotion card. Guilt in the reverse position. So it's an energy of coming clean, releasing some kind of guilt. Recognizing something that wasn't appreciated in the past with gratitude in the reverse position. In discipline, finding a newfound fixation or focus in a more positive direction. So some of you might be feeling this on your internal divine masculine energy. Even if you are a divine feminine, you may be working on and hearing for the divine feminine, you could be mirroring this energy from the masculine because the divine feminine is releasing really deeply held patterns around guilt and shame, specifically coming through the feminine ancestral line. I feel that this is something profound that you came here to heal. And hearing it has to do with breaking with convention or conformity in your own life, just like I picked up on a masculine here who is breaking with their past ways of being or belief systems or what society wants out of them. I feel like that's something that you've been embodying for a long time, divine feminine. And yet you might feel a sense of guilt at times around possibly people or situations you've left behind, around how you are living so differently from people around you, so unconventionally, and yet your beautifully rebellious heart is refusing to conform to a broken society because you incarnated here to transform that society, to transform the collective consciousness. However, we often pick up these patterns of subconsciously absorbed or programmed guilt or shame. And I feel that you're releasing a lot of that out. I don't know why I keep getting something about the hips specifically. I don't know if there's been like tension or pain there for someone listening. This can actually be related to divine feminine wounding that you've picked up through your maternal line, possibly. Of course, I am not a medical professional, so always pursue any potential medical causes for anything physical or medical related. But I do feel that it's almost like there is this stuck energy being released through you, and a lot of that seems to be being released through the physical body. I keep hearing something about yoga or stretching, so that might be very beneficial to assist in this process as well, to help you to stretch. I'm hearing that really what you're doing is releasing this pent up energy that is spawning from these subconscious patterns of guilt and shame and fear of being different that you are releasing. And again, the body plays a major role through releasing out these stuck energetic patterns. I feel that movement that creates space within you that feels enlivening and good for you could be a really, really positive thing at this time. Now, I also feel with the guilt card reverse that for a masculine, there may be a taking of accountability here. So it's almost like while the feminine is releasing this subconsciously, artificially absorbed guilt and shame, the masculine is in this energy of coming clean, bringing things out into the open. For some reason, I heard airing dirty laundry. So it's like things that have been kept in the dark are now being brought into the light. This feels very public. It feels like for many of these masculines listening, because of what they're bringing to the light or what is becoming more visible, it's almost causing them to feel a bit of a vulnerability that to them feels like low self-confidence with self-esteem reversed. But really, this is a necessary ego deconstruction happening to really allow them to build in a more aligned direction moving forward. With the gratitude card reversed, I feel that for the divine masculine, this is about reprioritizing what is truly important to him and in his life. This is also about recognizing where and in which ways he has not appreciated or valued certain things or people in the past and actually push them away from him in the process. This could be directly related to you, divine feminine, as well. You may be one of those things that he pushed away because he wasn't appreciating it. And that is coming to the light within him. It's like this stark realization, like, I didn't appreciate this person. And in my lack of appreciation, I pushed them away because my priorities were disaligned here. But for the divine feminine, this gratitude reverse card actually relates to taking all of that appreciation and love that you've sent to others and allowing yourself to feel it internally, redirecting, refocusing that love back within yourself. Because for many divine feminines, you have always been able to see the best in other people, but it's been a journey to learn how to see the best in yourself, to see why you are so lovable when you are someone who has always found it so easy to love others. So I am going to be reshuffling the cards here. And I want to get some more information on this situation with a divine masculine here. What is going on here? What do the guides want to say about this? I'm hearing push them to heal internally and not to utilize you as a bridge to their own healing, with door to personal healing and happiness in the reverse position. Again, I know this is such a strong message coming up in the reading, but it's so necessary, divine feminine. If you've been dealing with this very heavy masculine energy, to allow yourself to focus guilt-free on your self-care, your self-love, your rise into your utmost empowerment, because that is how you are empowering others. And in doing so, there may be parts of you, remnants of that old programming around guilt and shame, that feel almost as though you are leaving this person behind, but you are not doing that. You are actually allowing them, giving them the opportunity to heal themselves. You might actually be seeing this play out not just with one specific masculine energy in your life, but in general with many people in your life. It's almost like you are now giving others the opportunity to heal themselves because you are pulling back your energy and no longer allowing yourself to be utilized as a bridge to someone else's own alignment. With financial constraints in the upright position, this also can just stand for limiting belief systems. I feel that with man holding a heart reversed and the sacral chakra energy reversed, this is interesting. Can I get a clarifier? Ooh, wow. Okay, so we haven't pulled the yin yang card in a little while, but this is my number one twin flame card in a deck. So it might be a twin flame connection at play here, or you might be someone who has been on a twin flame path, regardless of whether you are choosing to reunite fully in the physical with your twin flame, or whether you've chosen to have a reunion or call in a connection with a soulmate. Regardless, you may be someone who is familiar with the concept of twin flame, who has been on this kind of journey. If so, I'm picking up here in this reading that there's been some kind of imbalance or disconnect on your twin flame journey, but ultimately this has led to radical expansion for you at a spiritual level. I feel that this is coming up in the reading because for someone listening here, you've actually healed and expanded and evolved spiritually through a period of time that has looked like in the physical a disconnect or a separation from who you might consider to be your twin flame. And this is no mistake or accident. I'm hearing it's all for a reason. At the time, you may have felt confused as to why you were being physically disconnected or separated from this person that you felt such a spiritual bond with. But now you are coming into the realization that your guides have always been leading you into the optimal position for your own growth and expansion. You've always been placed in the optimal position to expand spiritually and align with your highest vibrational available timeline. And I just feel that someone may have needed to know that message who has specifically been on a twin flame path. Now, with this man holding a heart reversed, I almost get the energy that why this separation or disconnect had to happen for someone is because a masculine here was withholding some of their love or affection, holding back in some way. And this was actually blocking your receptive energy, divine feminine, specifically your sacral chakra. And so you had to step back and refocus on self-love with the appreciation card upright. And also with caring connections upright, and you're allowing yourself to be loved. Lights up your energy with the frequency of unconditional love. Whether that love, care, and support is coming from this twin flame, from a soulmate, from allowing yourself to be loved and supported community-wise in platonic connections. I feel that a major lesson along your path at this time, Divine Feminine, has been self-love, and through that self-love, activating your ability to open yourself to the love, care, and support that you deserve. And again, in doing so, this is actually illuminating your energy with unconditional love. And the ironic thing about that is allowing yourself to be loved and cared and supported, even if that is happening with a soulmate or in disconnection from this twin flame counterpart, that is actually calling them up through their own healing journey as well, and aligning them with a higher vibrational timeline from which energetic standpoint they can actually connect with you more consistently in the physical world, if that is something that you desire. Of course, you are the conscious creator of your life, so you get to decide how you want these connections to look in the physical world. And I'm hearing the word scripting, so I will say it could be very powerful for some of you listening to define that for yourself, what you want your future to be like, how you want to be loved, how you want to be supported, and to use the practice of scripting, which of course many of you are familiar with. It is the manifesting technique of writing your life into being as though you are directing a play, and allowing yourself to really feel and sense that reality that you are creating as though it's already happening around you. And as you script your life into being, you will find more and more that the details of your life moving forward match that script, match that created vision, sometimes even faster than the conscious mind would have really allowed you to believe was possible. The number 36 may be significant to someone at this time. I will be reading a message from the guidebook here. Don't ask the conscious ones about the wine. Behold the glowing effect of it in the eyes of drunks. Rumi, bring me your unreasonableness, your insanity, your love without reason, and your passion. The passion that makes you crazy, and shoos all logical restraint from your mind. Leave your ordered thoughts, sensible plans, and appropriate attire at my door. You, O blazing angel, you are being asked by the wild red mother to participate in a dance of divine passion. You may be an activist, a poet, an advocate for justice, or a writer, content in your own world of dreams. Whatever your nature, there is passion in your heart, a fire for something more powerful than fear that can become fuel for your life journey. If you accept the invitation of the wild red mother, of course. Will you join her, the wild red mother, in her exuberant play? You can choose to lead through joy, to heal through love, to transform suffering into what it is meant to be, the crucible through which ecstasy reveals itself. You do not have to analyze, to stay in the throes of process and ordered stages. You can just choose this passionate path now. If you wish, you are ready. It is open to you. Will you accept?